Hi. This week's question is, does Whitehead actually solve Hume's problem, or does he just relocate it? If we can't trust our senses or reveal causation, why should we trust the deeper pre-reflective layer of experience to do it? And if the best answer is something like because we can't help but believe it, haven't we landed right back where Hume was standing? When I was first uh listening to the billiard ball analogy of uh we see the ball hit the other ball and then the momentum continues within the other ball, but we don't really see the causation. I feel like both Whitehead and my original thoughts from after reading that or hearing that was we do see it in a way, but I also feel like we have more senses than just seeing. I mean, you'd like hear the balls connect. In theory, if they were going fast enough, you could feel the friction of the heat left on the ball or an indentation. Maybe like if it was the friction was hot enough, you could like theoretically smell it or feel the dent. So I mean, I really feel like we have a lot of ways of experiencing something, especially since they came up with the idea that we can't always trust what we see because it's our mind processing it, which can in turn like have its own interpretation of what you're looking at, which might not be the full truth. And I feel like Whitehead does actually solve Hume's problem because, again, I feel like he argued it with, it was what we know of from our past, I think, that led us to understanding what we were watching. Because, I mean, I guess maybe in the past, like, I took, like, a basic physics class or something that helped me understand why the balls were reacting in such a way with, like, with every action, there's an equal and opposite force. What did I say? So yeah, I feel like our minds are kind of we can trust what we see, but I feel like the argument Hume had was we can't always trust what we know. But I feel like we kind of just, well, I mean, I guess I can't just say because, what else can we trust? But, so I guess I can see his argument, but I really do feel like, reality isn't deeper than it seems. And it seems like Whitehead believes that, the more you know and the more you experience, the deeper your understanding of the world can be. So, like, because I know things, I can understand how the balls interact with each other. So I do feel like Whitehead answers the question, but maybe I was incorrect or misunderstood it. One thing that I guess is kind of off topic, but when they were talking about words meaning and how, rivers are different, and what was the other one? Oh, and pencils, as they change, they still have the same words. So like we're very restricted by the words we can use and to think about the world we live in, which I do agree with, and I do think that we are put in a box by our dialogue, and especially a lot of, like, I guess, made up concepts, which I thought was kind of what more philosophy was kind of about, which was like kind of you know, what are borders to like countries, what is currency, those kinds of things, because like they're very different to different people, and they kind of like have such a catastrophic effect on on people's lives without like, and they're just kind of like made up concepts. But that was kind of just what they were talking about, I thought, in chapter 5, which kind of stuck out to me and made me think about that. And they also said in chapter 5 that we cannot like access our past, or like we are no longer our past. But I kind of disagreed with that, because I feel like I am my experience. Like I still am the kid who I was when I was like 5. I'm just more than that now, but I'm not less than that, if that makes sense. But I'll get back to the concept that we were supposed to be talking about, which was I feel like, how do we know what reality is? And I suppose when I phrase it like that, I feel like Whitehead kind of does agree with me, but kind of not, where how you can kind of like I don't know, like experience the world in a false reality, because like it's your personal mind that's experiencing the world, so how do we know it's true? But I suppose like we just kind of have to believe what we've come to know throughout our life. So I do feel like Whitehead answers the question of like, how do we know what causation is? Yeah, thank you.